We will continue guarding ourselves because the truth is this battle with monitoring spirits, witches, demons, and the evil eye never comes to an end. Each day when we walk out, our feet carry us into places where unseen prints are already waiting. And when we come back, those same feet can drag hidden weights into our houses, into our sleep, and even into our dreams. This is why many wonder why their lives feel so heavy, why nights are filled with restlessness, or why sickness and poverty seem to follow even after prayer. What most people don't notice is that the doorway these things often use is ignored. It is the feet. Your feet are not only made of skin and bone. Spiritually, they are gates of access and carriers of your destiny. The Bible speaks of crushing snakes underfoot, of gaining land with the sole of one's feet, of washing feet as a picture of cleansing and humility. Yet, this truth is often overlooked, and in that gap the enemy works. Witches know how to use footprints to follow and control destinies. Demons know how to set traps for the tired traveler. Evil eyes lock onto the path you take, and monitoring spirits simply trace the echo of your uncovered steps right into your room at night. This is why I tell you tonight, you must put your feet first when you think about spiritual protection. If you pray only with your lips but ignore your steps, you leave a back gate open. The enemy doesn't always need your voice, your hands, or even your dreams. Sometimes he only needs to cling to your steps and travel along with you. That is why some of you wake up weak though you rested. That is why you feel drained after entering certain places. That is why misfortune repeats itself after certain visits. Your feet have been left uncovered, and the enemy has been riding on them. But there is a hidden weapon, one simple yet powerful, the act of washing your feet before sleep with spiritual focus. This is not just about washing dirt. It is a declaration of war against invisible powers that stick to you. It is cutting off every monitoring spirit that followed you. It is stopping witches who want to disturb your rest. It is silencing evil eyes that search for your downfall. When you wash your feet with the right mix, you are not only removing dust, you are wiping away curses, marks, and footprints that witches left behind to track you. Think carefully about this. Your feet carry your entire body. They decide where you go and what follows you. If the feet are polluted, the journey becomes polluted. Many people work hard, yet their results vanish because their path is blocked spiritually. Some pray for success, but each step forward feels like moving backward. Others seek peace, but their nights are disturbed. Why? Because the enemy has stamped their steps. The good news is, those marks can be cleared tonight. What I am sharing is not imagination or mere thought. It is a battle-tested spiritual truth. For centuries, people have used salt, oil, vinegar, and bitter herbs to cleanse and protect, not as empty superstition, but as real methods to block the unseen. If you want to sleep without monitoring spirits, you must treat your feet as gates that need regular cleansing. In the same way you lock your door at night, you must also lock your steps. The same way you close your windows before rest, you must wash your path. Many are losing peace because enemies follow their trail. Witches don't always break into your house. They travel on your steps. Demons don't always shout. They whisper through weariness, nightmares, and failure. Evil eyes don't always curse from afar. They wait for your steps so they can poison the ground under you. And monitoring spirits don't search for your location. Your feet, without cleansing, guide them directly to your bed. But tonight that gate will be closed. When you wash your feet before lying down, you are declaring, I will not be followed into my sleep. I will not be watched in my dreams. I will not rise with the same burden I carried in the day. I block every spirit that monitors me. I blind every evil eye. I scatter every witch. I chase away every demon. That simple act becomes a mighty form of warfare. Believe me, the spirits that thought you would be exposed will scatter because they see no open door. Imagine the strength of this act. You go through the day facing people's words, people's energy, curses whispered, eyes of jealousy, enemies planning. All of this clings like dust to your steps. But when you dip your feet in salt water or rub them with oil or pour vinegar water, you are making a declaration. No dust of witchcraft, no curse of poverty, no trace of envy will follow into your night. You are saying your rest is yours, your dreams are yours, your peace is yours, and each wash resets your ground. So tonight, open your heart to this word. Do not dismiss it as something small. The enemy shakes when you take deliberate steps, because deliberate steps break evil patterns. Washing your feet before sleeping is a deliberate step. It is warfare made simple. And in this teaching, I will show you how to use salt, vinegar, and oil so that witches, demons, spirits that monitor, and evil eyes will lose their road into your life. Tonight, victory begins at your feet. Salt is one of the oldest weapons given to us. It preserves, it cleanses, and it removes decay. When you bring salt into your nightly habit, you are not just adding flavor to food. You are preserving your destiny with protection. Washing your feet with salt water is one of the easiest yet strongest ways to block witches, demons, evil eyes, and spirits. Why? Because salt closes the path they use to attach to you. Spirits need channels, but salt seals those channels fully. When you place salt in warm water and speak over it, that water changes. It is no longer common. It becomes a weapon to erase invisible prints. Witches trying to follow will find no track. Spirits trying to spy will go blind. Demons planning to sit at your bed will find no way in, because salt cleanses the spiritual ground. There is a reason salt is tied to covenant and cleansing. In the past, people knew it could stop decay. Spiritually, it works the same. It stops the rotting caused by curses and evil cycles. When you wash with salt water, you are saying, "My future will not decay. My joy will not spoil. My destiny will not rot." You are sealing your steps so nothing rotten, nothing evil, nothing sent by witches or demons can enter your night. Think about your daily walks. The people you meet, the ground you tread, all carry unseen energy. Sometimes you return from an ordinary day but feel heavy. Sometimes you step inside your home and peace is gone. That is not accident, it is transfer, and your feet are the carriers. But when you wash them in salt water, you cut the transfer. You announce that no evil will cross into your home through your feet. Some people wake more tired than when they lay down. It is because their steps carried hidden weights into their room, leaving the door wide open. They invited spirits of unrest, nightmares, and oppression. Yet the solution is simple: a bowl of warm water, a handful of salt, and words of faith. By washing, you wipe out every footprint witches wanted to use, and you blind every spirit that thought your room was their watchtower. Salt water does more than shield you. It resets your space. Some of you live in houses where the moment you enter you feel pressure. Others live with constant arguments breaking out for no reason. Often this is because of footprints of evil energy left behind. When you wash your feet with salt water at night, you cleanse more than your body. You cleanse the atmosphere. The ground of your home shifts. Peace enters. Rest returns. Joy rises again. Do not forget the authority you have when you speak over the salt water. Do not dip your feet in silence. Speak as you wash. Declare that every mark of witchcraft is erased, every evil eye is blinded, Every demon spying is driven away, every curse is broken. Your words together with the salt make the act a double edge, cleaning the physical, destroying the spiritual. Remember, faith without words is weak, but faith spoken out is fire. Washing with salt water is not ordinary. It is power made visible. It is not a ritual of fear. It is a covenant of triumph. The declaration is this: my steps are preserved, my walk is clean, my destiny is protected. It is choosing not to enter the night with open doors. Some will mock and say it is nothing special, but they do not understand that the smallest acts of faith carry the greatest results. Washing your feet with salt water is your way of saying you will not be careless with your future. When this becomes a regular habit, you will begin to notice changes. Disturbing dreams will stop. Heavy pressure on. Your chest will lift. Unnecessary arguments will fade. Money that used to disappear will begin to remain. Blessing will follow your steps instead of curses, and you will rest in peace, because those who watch you will no longer see your footprints entering the night. Salt blinds them. Salt confuses them. Salt blocks them where they stand. So tonight, prepare your basin. Take your salt and speak your declaration. Let the water be warm. Let your faith burn strong, and let your words be powerful. As you dip your feet, remember you are not only washing away dirt. You are washing away dark spirits, witches, and those that monitor you. You are cleansing away jealous eyes that followed you during the day. You are resetting your path so that only goodness and mercy follow you into your dreams. And when you rise in the morning, rise knowing your feet are sealed with victory. Vinegar may appear as a simple liquid used in food, but spiritually it carries a strong mystery. Its bitter taste is not only physical. In the spirit, it represents confusion and scattering. When you wash your feet with water mixed with vinegar, you are declaring bitterness into the camp of your enemies. You are making every witch that planned against you confused. Every spirit that tracked your steps will lose direction, and every evil eye watching you will become blind and useless. The same feet that were marked for destruction become untouchable when washed in vinegar water. Many people do not know this, but witches often place invisible marks on the ground where you walk. Marks that tie your destiny to failure, stagnation, or lack. These marks are spiritual agreements written in hidden ink. Vinegar has a way of breaking those agreements because bitterness does not allow evil plans to run smoothly. When vinegar water touches your feet, those hidden writings of failure are erased, and those evil tracks are broken. The bitter smell drives away monitoring spirits that try to draw from your energy. Think of vinegar as a spiritual acid. Just as acid breaks down substances, vinegar water breaks down unseen chains. There are people who pray and fast, yet their circle of failure does not end. They enter open doors, but those doors close suddenly. They begin relationships, but betrayal comes. They work with all strength, but progress slips away. This is because their spiritual footsteps are bound. Washing with vinegar water breaks those chains. It melts the unseen glue that tied your destiny to endless cycles. Vinegar also carries the mystery of reversal. What was supposed to be sweet but became bitter in your life can be turned again. When you wash your feet, you declare, "Every sweetness turned to bitterness in my life will be restored." That means jobs lost unfairly can return as new chances. Relationships poisoned by dark works can be healed. Finances that spoiled overnight can begin to flow again. Vinegar is bitter to the enemy, but sweet to your destiny because it cancels what was meant to harm you. This is why many who started washing their feet with vinegar water testify of sudden change. Nightmares that tormented them stopped. Strange sounds in their rooms became silent. They no longer woke up feeling heavy, and more than that, they saw that those who once attacked them spiritually began to fail in their plans. Why is this so? Because bitterness was sent into their camp. A confused witch cannot operate. A blinded spirit cannot report. A frustrated demon cannot stay. When you prepare vinegar water, you don't need a large amount. Just a few spoonfuls in warm water is enough. As you dip your feet, speak with fire into the water. Say, "Every evil eye watching me, go blind. Every witch trailing me, be confused. Every chain around me, scatter." Do not let the water only touch your skin. Let your words enter the air. Your feet hold authority. And vinegar carries a bitter power that breaks the plans of your enemies. Remember this truth. The enemy survives through repeated patterns. If he knows he can follow your steps today, he will repeat it tomorrow. Vinegar breaks that cycle. It makes the ground slippery for your enemies. The places they thought were marked become wiped away. The roads they thought belonged to them become blocked. Suddenly the enemy who was confident in tracing your path finds nothing but bitterness in his mouth and blindness in his eyes. The evil eye especially fears vinegar. Those who constantly feel judged, watched, or envied must understand this. When you wash your feet with vinegar water, you blur the vision of every jealous soul working against you. Their eyes may remain open, but spiritually they cannot see you. They may hope for your fall, but the path to you becomes bitter and closed. Their curses cannot touch you because your steps are covered with a bitter shield. So tonight, do not ignore vinegar. It may look simple in your kitchen, but in the spiritual realm, it is a hammer. It breaks, it corrodes, it scatters, it blinds. Use it on your feet and declare that every curse, every monitoring spirit, every jealous gaze, and every evil footprint be destroyed. This is not myth. This is spiritual battle. And battle requires simple but intentional actions. Your vinegar water is more than liquid. It is a decree that no witch, no demon, no evil gaze will step with you into your sleep. When you rise after washing with vinegar water, rise in boldness. You will notice the air around you is lighter, your dreams clearer, your mornings brighter. That is not chance, that is victory. You will walk with confidence because the bitterness that once clung to your path has been sent back to its sender. And you will rest knowing that the ground of your life is no longer open space for demons or witches, but sealed ground guarded by the bitterness that pushes them away. Olive oil has always carried holy power. From ancient times, it was used to anoint kings, prophets, and priests. When you use olive oil in your nightly practice of washing your feet, you are not simply applying a liquid. You are sealing your destiny. Olive oil carries an anointing that witches fear. Spirits flee and evil eyes cannot break through. By mixing a few drops of olive oil with warm water and washing your feet, you are declaring that your steps are wrapped in divine authority. Your feet represent your journey, your direction, and your success. If the enemy wishes to destroy your life, he will target your steps. That is why some walk into chances, but those chances collapse. Others step into relationships and betrayal greets them. Some step into jobs or cities only to meet resistance. Their feet have been marked. Olive oil removes those marks. It coats your steps with a holy shield. Wherever you go, you walk into favor, not failure. Anointing your feet before rest breaks the curse of wandering. There are many who walk but never arrive. They work but never settle. They travel but never find peace. This is because their feet are trapped in spiritual manipulation. Washing with olive oil water cancels that power. It sets your journey back into divine order. It breaks the curse of walking without a rival and replaces it with, "Wherever I walk, I prosper." The enemy cannot touch a path sealed with oil. Olive oil also carries light. In old days, oil was used to keep lamps burning. Spiritually, this means olive oil brings brightness. When you wash your feet with olive oil water, you are declaring that every dark path set by witches or demons will be exposed. Spirits that monitor love to operate in darkness, but light blinds them. The oil on your feet becomes a flame that burns out their plans and clears a safe way for you. No witch can follow a step. Glowing with oil, think of it this way: salt erases, vinegar breaks, olive oil seals. After removing curses with salt and scattering enemies with vinegar, you must close your victory with oil. It is like locking a door after cleaning your house. Without sealing, the enemy may try to return, but once your feet are covered with oil, they cannot trace you. The oil becomes the final barrier, a sacred covering that declares, "My steps are holy, my way is protected, my journey is hidden under divine oil." Many who anoint their feet with oil share that doors begin to open suddenly. Job chances locate them. Delayed blessings appear. Peace fills their life. Homes are not always peaceful because unseen things walk with us. The reason is clear. When the curse tied to your steps is broken, blessings start to flow without obstruction. Witches cannot block what is already shielded. Evil eyes cannot damage what they cannot see. Dark forces cannot sit on a path covered in oil. The oil shifts the atmosphere around your feet and opens a clear road for blessings to travel. Washing with olive oil water also sends a strong message to the hidden world. It declares to monitoring spirits, "You cannot follow me, my way is sealed." It says to witches, "Your footprints will not match mine, my steps are covered." It announces to demons, "You cannot chain me to defeat, my feet are slippery with oil." Spiritually, oil makes your path too slick for enemies to hold. The more you anoint, the less grip they have on you. When preparing olive oil water, you do not need much. Just a few drops in warm water are enough. As you wash, speak boldly, "Every curse on my feet is broken, every evil eye is blinded, every watching spirit is scattered, my path is sealed with favor." Remember, it is not about the amount, but about your faith. The smallest drop carries the greatest power when used with real conviction. Your authority is in your voice, so speak with courage. This is not superstition. This is living scripture. Oil has always been a symbol of dedication. You are dedicating your steps when you wash your feet with it. You are saying your feet will not walk into hidden traps. Your feet will not carry heavy burdens. Your feet will not drag poverty or misfortune. Your feet will not lead dark forces into your home. You are saying, "My feet are holy, my steps are directed, my nights are safe." There comes a moment when you must pause and ask yourself, what battles have been following my path? It is easy to blame bad breaks, unfriendly people, or harsh seasons. But deeper than that, there are spiritual footprints marking your way. If your nights are troubled, if chances keep slipping away, if your dreams are filled with chasing and surveillance, then it is not random. Your steps have been marked. Unless you take authority to cleanse them, you will keep carrying loads that are not yours to carry. Think about this truth. Your feet are your base. They hold up your whole body, and spiritually, they hold up your future. If the base is cracked, the whole house shakes. That is why witches lay snares for people's feet. They know if they catch the feet, they control the journey. But when you wake up to this knowledge, you refuse to walk blindly. You refuse to sleep without protecting your base. Washing your feet becomes more than an action. It becomes a bold declaration that your foundation is no longer open to the enemy. So many of you have walked with hidden curses unknowingly. You stepped in places where witchcraft was buried, and you carried invisible weights home. You visited people with bitter hearts and carried their spiritual heaviness in your steps. You walked into environments charged with envy, and those jealous eyes followed you back. That is why your calm vanished the moment you lay down. Reflection is needed because it shows you the unseen battles your feet face daily. Awareness is the first move toward freedom. Ask yourself, why do I struggle to move forward even after prayer? Why does progress feel delayed? Why does it always seem like something shadows me into sleep? The answer is hidden in your steps. Until you guard them, you will always feel watched by shadows. Spiritual awakening is not about fear. It is about seeing clearly. Once you see the enemy's way, you can counter it with precision. Washing your feet before bed is one of those precise counterattacks. This awareness should stir boldness in you. You will no longer accept the lie that you are helpless. You are not a victim stumbling in darkness. You are a fighter with authority. Every bowl of water you prepare becomes an altar of strength. Every grain of salt, every drop of vinegar, every splash of oil becomes a sign that you will not sleep under surveillance. Your awakening is your tool. When you know the truth, you act differently. You stop walking casually. You start walking with purpose, armed with understanding. Think of the many nights wasted in worry, fear, and restlessness. Think of the energy lost to nightmares and dark attacks. Now realize how different your nights can be when your feet are cleansed. You will not just sleep, you will rest. You will not just dream, you will see visions with clarity. You will not just wake up, you will rise renewed. This is what awareness produces, the understanding that victory is possible and within reach. You are not doomed to troubled nights. You can claim your calm. Reflection also brings responsibility. You cannot expect God to do all the work while you ignore the tools He has placed within your reach. He has placed salt in your home, oil in your kitchen, vinegar in your cupboard, not only for daily use, but also for spiritual defense. To ignore them is to stay open to harm. To use them with faith is to partner with heaven for your freedom. Reflection makes you accountable. You understand the weapons are already in your hands. Ask yourself again, who has been tracing my steps? Is it witches planting traps? Is it demons speaking curses? Is it monitoring spirits spying on my life? Or is it the evil eye from jealous hearts? Whoever it is, tonight they will meet a wall. Reflection stirs anger against darkness, but also confidence in God's supply. You see that the same God who gave you feet gave you power to guard them. Do not waste this awareness. Many know the truth but act on nothing. They stay in chains because they prefer to stay blind. But you who are reading now, you know better. And when you know better, you must act better. Let this reflection become action, from thought to discipline. Washing your feet must be your nightly seal, not a single test. Consistency turns awareness into victory. Tonight, as you prepare your bowl, let reflection rest in your heart. Recall every troubled night, every jealous gaze, every attack, and let your decision be firm. No more open doors. Say to yourself, I will guard my steps. I will cleanse my way. I will block every watcher. I will sleep in peace. Reflection without action is wasted knowledge, but reflection with action becomes a strong shield. Tonight your shield begins with awakened awareness and ends with calm victory. Tonight is not theory, tonight is action. Your bowl, your salt, your vinegar, your olive oil, they are no longer just items. By faith and declaration, they become spiritual weapons in your hands. It is time to activate them through prayer. As you wash your feet, do not do it silently. Release words filled with fire. Every drop of water must be charged with power. Every grain of salt must hold judgment against darkness. Every drop of oil must be a seal of triumph. Begin by speaking over your water. This water is no longer ordinary. It carries the strength to break every curse, blind every evil eye, confuse every witch, scatter every demon, and silence every monitoring spirit. Speak with force, because your words are keys. The unseen world does not answer to fear. It answers to authority. As you raise your voice, let heaven join your decree and let hell shake under your command. Now place your feet into the water and begin to pray. Say, I wash away every footprint the enemy has tracked. I erase every curse planted under my steps. I command every witchcraft trace to vanish. I block every demon assigned to watch me. I blind every evil eye fixed on me. I scatter every monitoring spirit following me into my night. My feet are cleansed. My path is sealed. My future is guarded. Repeat these declarations with belief because repetition breaks resistance. As you rub your feet in the water, picture chains snapping, see cords breaking. Imagine every witch falling into confusion, every demon losing grip, every evil eye going dark, every monitoring spirit stumbling. Visualizing is powerful when joined with prayer. Let your mind match your words, and let your body join the warfare. This is more than a simple act. It is a prophetic action that brings real freedom. If you have salt in the water, say, salt dry up every path used by the enemy. Cleanse my steps, preserve my future, remove every rot, every decay, every hidden residue from my life. If you have vinegar, declare vinegar, release bitterness into the camp of my enemies. Eat away every chain, scatter every altar, blind every eye, confuse every watcher. If you have oil, say, oil, seal my feet with favor, make my path slippery for the enemy, cover me with light, open doors of blessing for my steps. Speak each word with full trust. Now lift your feet from the water and dry them slowly. As you do this, say, I am wiping away every trace of witchcraft. I am removing every curse. I am sealing my steps forever. Steps in triumph. My feet will never carry darkness. My feet will not drag lack. My feet will not walk into hidden traps. My feet are pure. My path is favored, and my nights are calm. Drying becomes sealing. It is the final act of covering. Now stand on your feet and pray. From this night onward, wherever I step, I will carry peace, favor, and blessing. No witch will trace my tracks. No demon will follow after me. No watching spirit will send reports. No evil glance will pierce my way. My steps are directed by the Lord, and my feet are weapons of victory. Speak these words with courage as you rise, because rising after washing is a prophetic act of standing in triumph. If you feel weight on you, lift your feet one at a time and say, I shake off every load. I shake off every curse. I shake off every watcher. I shake off every harmful glance. I shake off every demon. My steps are light. My road is clear. My way is open. This shaking shows you are throwing away what clung to you. It is a sign to your spirit that you are no longer bound. Close this action with thanks. Say, thank you, Lord, for cleansing my steps. Thank you for blocking my enemies. Thank you for sealing my way. Thank you for restful sleep. Thank you for breaking the grip of witches, demons, evil eyes, and spying spirits. I enter my rest tonight in triumph. Gratitude locks what prayer has finished. Giving thanks declares that the battle is already over. When you prepare to lie down, speak softly, "My feet are washed, my night is guarded, my dreams are secure, my destiny is hidden. I will wake up in calm, I will rise in power, I will walk in favor. No witch, no demon, no spying spirit, no evil glance has entry to me." Lie down in faith, knowing what you did has shifted your atmosphere. Your bed is no longer a place of war. It is now a place of peace under divine cover. Now that you know this secret, do not keep it only for yourself. Many are suffering quietly, carrying heavy burdens on their feet. Those loads were never meant to enter their homes. Each night, witches trace them. Dark forces sit at their doors. Spying spirits watch their sleep. Evil eyes curse their steps. Yet one simple act of belief, washing the feet with salt, vinegar, or oil, can change all of it. If it has helped you, it can help others. This is a call to watch, to pray, and to share. As you turn this into your nightly habit, remember that steady practice is key. One night of washing is powerful, but living it as a lifestyle is unstoppable. Witches will not scatter for a moment. They will scatter for good. Demons will not leave for a night. They will lose their claim forever. Spying spirits will not just be blinded once. They will never see your path again. Evil glances will not just fail once. They will fail every time. Faithfulness makes your shield unbreakable. Tell your family and loved ones to join you in this practice. Parents, wash the feet of your children and say no witchcraft will follow them into their dreams. Couples, wash together and say no harmful eye will enter your home. Individuals, wash faithfully and say your destiny is sealed. When a household does this, the entire air shifts. Generational chains break. Family calm returns. Enemies scatter. Do not be afraid to share this message. Some will mock, but those who believe will see results. Share the link to this video. Send it to friends who complain of nightmares. Post it to relatives who struggle with repeated losses. Tell them there is a hidden biblical truth that dark powers fear. Tell them their feet are gates that must be guarded. Tell them their peace is too precious to leave unguarded. And as you share, encourage them to watch with faith. Remind them this is not superstition, but active spiritual warfare. Remind them that salt, vinegar, and oil are not magic. They are scriptural, and they gain strength when joined with prayer. Tell them, don't only watch, do it, because the power is not in hearing alone. It is in practicing what you hear. Feet washing before bed must be a nightly shield. Remember also to keep praying. Washing without prayer is only part of the fight. Speak life over your steps each night. Say, my steps are blessed, my feet are safe, my nights are calm, my enemies are scattered, my destiny is sealed. Prayer wakes the water, but steadiness locks the breakthrough. Keep your voice strong because dark forces do not flee from silence but from authority. Now listen to this warning. Do not take this lightly. Witches hate when their secrets are uncovered. Watching spirits hate when their cycles are broken. Evil glances hate when their sight is blocked. Demons hate when doors close. But let them hate because you are now armed. Let them rage because they have already failed. Each night you wash, you remind them of their loss. Each night you declare, you stamp on their plans. Each night you act, you tear down their works. For everyone hearing this, I want you to make an agreement with yourself. Never go to bed without washing your feet again. Let this be your God. Let this be your sign. Let this be your habit. Just as you brush your teeth or lock your doors, wash your feet with intention. Tell yourself, I will never sleep uncovered again. This agreement will protect you. This agreement will guard your nights. This agreement will restore your calm, and now I invite you to join this family of watchers. Subscribe if you have not yet. Become part of this group of fighters who refuse to be victims of witchcraft, demons, spying spirits, and harmful lies. Each video here is a weapon, each teaching a shield, each prayer a blade. Walk with us. Together we rise. Together we protect. Together we scatter the works of darkness. Finally, share your stories. When you see change, when nightmares stop, when the weight lifts, when peace returns, come back. Write it in the comments. Your story will not only honor God, it will give courage to others. And as you tell it, remember this: witches, demons, spying spirits, and evil eyes will never win over a soul that guards its steps. Your feet are washed, your way is covered, your destiny is sealed. Sleep in calm, rise in strength, walk in triumph.